Happy 4th of July, bakers! I'm Jesse Jacobs here at the Baking Buddy Kitchen, and today we're going to be showing you how to make cheddar stuffed all-American meatball sliders. These delicious mini hamburgers are a great way to kick off any 4th of July event. I can't wait to share this recipe with you guys. Are you ready? Now to make our meatball sliders, we're going to start with grass-fed, free-range, preferably organic beef. And the reason we encourage that is not only because it's better for you, but it's also going to give your meatballs a much richer flavor. Now if you have your own recipe or your own creative experiment you want to try, I say go for it. But today we're just going to make these as simple as we possibly can. In my experience, the best burgers is just good beef with salt and pepper. So we're going to use that as our inspiration for our meat sliders today. We're going to start by getting a little chunk of our beef. I'm just gonna lay it out into our plate. And the reason I'm doing it like this is just so I can spread it out to evenly season it with salt and pepper. Season it to your liking, however much salt and pepper you like, go for it. Now the thing you'll learn with really good hamburgers is that the less you mess with the meat and the less you mix it and work with it, the more tender and juicy your hamburger is gonna be. So now that everything's been seasoned, we're ready to start forming our meatballs. I'm gonna take a little hunk and I'm gonna flatten this out to a little bit of a patty. I'm gonna take a little cube of cheddar cheese and I'm gonna place that right here. I'm gonna go in with another and I'm gonna form it into a meatball. And now it's okay to use a little bit of pressure. Season it with a little bit more salt, a little bit more pepper. The last thing you want to do is over-season these. You don't want to mask that flavor. Now that our meatballs are formed, we can place them right here on top of our Baking Buddy. Now we're just going to repeat this process for the rest of our meatballs. Alrighty, and that was the last one. We're ready to put these in the oven now for as long as you like yours cooked. If you want yours a little bit on the rare side, maybe around 5 to 6 minutes. If you like them well done, maybe closer to 10 to 14. The silicone in our Baking Buddy is going to evenly distribute the heat around the surface area so we get a perfectly even bake. These are just about done and they're ready to go in the oven. Now we could not have done this so easily without our Baking Buddy. It's a non-stick silicone surface for your baking pans that provides you the perfect medium to bake on. It also has everything a baker needs, like measurements, metric conversions, and a standard cookie recipe printed right on the surface. The silicone evenly distributes heat so that you get the same quality of baking that you could only get with an expensive industrial oven. In fact, you can click right over here and watch a quick video that shows you all of the other amazing things your Baking Buddy can do. Alright guys, our burgers are done and they are smelling amazing. Let's start assembling. We're going to take a bottom bun, perfectly toasted. Let's top it off with a little bit of caramelized onions that we just made. Just like that. Now let's take one of our meatballs, stick it right on top. Top it off with a top bun, and then just to make sure it stays in place, we got one of these guys. And there we go, a perfect little mini slider, and you can assemble these however you like your burgers done, but what an awesome treat. Let's cut into this and see what it looks like. Forgive me, but I have got to try a little bite of this. I'm just gonna eat it. You're gonna want a napkin. Oh my god. Whoever thought of stuffing cheese inside of meatballs is a genius. Is that conceited? Thanks again for joining me in the Baking Buddy Kitchen, guys. I had a blast making these burgers with you, and I'll see you next week. Happy 4th of July. Thanks again for joining me in the kitchen today. If you had as much fun as I did, make sure you hit that subscribe button so I can see you next week. Also, leave me a comment letting us know what we should bake. If we use your suggestion, we'll make sure to give you a shout out. But why stop there? Let's keep this party going. You can click on either side of me for more video recipes, or if you want to learn a little more about our Baking Buddy, you can click right below me to see a quick video that shows you how it all works. Also, you can join us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Pinterest, where you'll find more recipes, more tips, and pictures of the amazing creations that you've sent us. Remember, our community is not complete without you. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next week.